Well, happy Saturday, everybody, and here we are again. Once again, the lighting's not too great. I'm down in my workshop, and as I always say, you don't need to see my face, you just need to hear the message. So, what I want to talk about today is just there's a couple things in the news, and by the headline, you're going to see that, and that is the war on self-reliance. And if you're watching this, chances are that's probably one of your goals, at least to an extent, whether it's, you have a hobby farm, you grow a little bit of your own food. What is it? Maybe you have a couple backyard chickens. And along with the self-reliance is going to be, I guess what I refer to as food freedom. And that's basically to put what you want in your body if you decide, So a couple things that I want to talk about is the first one. I actually touched on this a few videos ago, and this is the case of his name is Amos Miller. He's an Amish farmer, and he's in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And this is pertinent because obviously Keystone, if you're here by now, I'm from Pennsylvania. That's the opposite part of the state, but it's still, I look at this from a little different perspective, and this has been touched on. This isn't new breaking news that I'm bringing here. There's a lot of people touching on this, and I've seen some podcasts and things like this. I personally have a different opinion about this. I don't think I don't believe in the government is looking out for us in any way, shape, or form. If you're still thinking that that's the case, I think you're just foolish. And they're claiming that they're shutting him down because of all these terrible food safety and all this stuff. When in reality, from the reports that I've found, and I've watched some different things, I've listened to some different things, I've looked up some articles online. This complaint to shut this man's farm down was based on two complaints. One was from 2016, and one was conveniently in 2023 when they decided to go after this man and shut his operation down. Now, the problem I have with this is, first of all, he's not selling to the public. I mean, how do you want to look at it? Technically, yes, public. He has a private membership club basically, and you can buy your things through him. Now he sells raw milk, other dairy products. There's a list of things, I believe, beef, all kinds of stuff. Now they're saying that, well, he has to do this and he has to process it this way and he has to be licensed. You know what I'm telling you? My thought on this. It's not the government's damn business what I want to eat, how I want to eat. If I want to eat raw milk, if I want to walk up to a cow and squirt it in my mouth right out, that's my business. If I want to eat this man's meat and I'm willing to take the chance because he didn't feed it, full of hormones and chemicals and everything else, that's my choice. I don't want the government telling me what I'm allowed to eat, where I'm allowed to buy it from. That's none of their business. And there's a bigger picture here. And this is also some things that I've touched on over the last couple of weeks. If you're watching, I know some of my videos are getting a little more angrier than they were in the past, but I think this is really important because, this is a preparedness channel. And I try not to forget that, but this is where this touches on because as preppers, whatever you want to say, part of what we want to do is be self-reliant. Being prepared doesn't just mean, I go to the store and buy a bunch of stuff and stick it on the shelf. If you want to be truly prepared, I think you have to have a well-rounded plan. Obviously you can store up things you can buy from the store. If you want to grow gardens, have some livestock at your house, whatever it is, that should be your choosing. But it should be also my choosing. If I want to go buy raw milk from a farmer, I don't want the government telling me I can or can't do that. And this is the problem. We've gone way beyond what I think our founding fathers, really intended with this. They're rolling over in their graves right now, and I think part of this whole thing is not just an attack on this man because he's not following the rules. He dares to live outside the system, which this system is flawed. These same people that tell me I can't drink raw milk want me to pump myself full of experimental chemicals because of a pandemic that they created in a laboratory somewhere overseas. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you've already proven it. You don't give a damn about my health. So, but I also think this is a little bit of a a they're trying to set a precedence, I believe, so they can do this across the board, across the country for different things. Um, and it goes right along. So if you can destroy the self-reliance, if you can destroy people's food freedom, as I like to call it, this is just going to be a slippery slope, and they're already doing this in some areas where they're now. I brought this up on a couple of videos ago. Then now they're trying to say that your little backyard garden it's destructive for the climate. Now you and I both know this a bunch of crap. We know this. This isn't this has nothing to do with saving the planet. This has you will follow our plan. You will eat our food that we tell you you can eat, when you can eat it, what can go in it, when you can buy it, where you can buy it. This is all about control. And I'm also hearing some areas where there's now poultry restrictions. If you want to, maybe you want to have some backyard chickens, now they have to be in a certain size of a cage. It has to be a certain place in your yard. You're only allowed so many. You're not allowed to sell any of your surplus eggs. You're not allowed to have a rooster. You're only allowed one black chicken and one white chicken, and two red ones because whatever. It's never going to end. What they're trying to do is make this so tough that people just throw their hands in the air and go, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. So this, it just like it seems like it's never ending. They're constantly attacking, and this is an attack on your freedoms, just not your basic, because they're just chipping away in different areas. Right now it's food. Tomorrow it's going to be, gun control. The next one it's going to be, well, you have to have this vaccine, this shot to go to here. And I know YouTube is probably going to shut this video down because God forbid I say that, that 4-letter word vaccine, because these weak leftists can't stand the truth to come out. So be it as it may, I'm kind of at the point I'm just fed up with this nonsense. And if you're not fed up with this by now, what is it going to take? What is it going to finally take for you, for people to say, you know what, I support this side for certain things, but I've said this before, left wing and right wing, all part of the same bird. I don't trust either side, and you shouldn't at this point either. No politician is ever going to make your life better. Never. It's never going to happen. They can get on and make you all the promises they want. They are never going to make your life better. They're never going to create a job. Don't buy this. Don't buy into this nonsense. They're not. These politicians, unless they own a company, they ain't creating jobs. I don't care from the top to the bottom. They're not doing it. They're not looking out for us in any way, shape, or form. You can see this in everything you do at this point. I mean, the prices go up, which leads me to some of the clips. I tried to watch some of the State of the Union. I just could not. I just can't do it. I can't sit in front. I can't have somebody lie to me for a long period of time like this, and not be able to do something about it. So, this whole thing about, oh, we're so much better than we were. I don't know where I'm seeing this at. I really don't. I don't see it at the grocery store. I don't see it at the gas pumps. I don't see my taxes going down. In fact, I haven't even filed my income tax, but I've talked to some people that have done it this year, and they say the tax code's been turned upside down. They typically always get a refund. Now they're owing money. So remember, while you're writing that check, it's going right overseas for people you don't even know to take care of them. It's not doing anything for us here at this point. They're not doing anything. So this, I kind of got off course a little bit here. So I do want to get back to this war on self-reliance. And this is something, if you're really thinking about this, you really have to take into consideration what is going on here, because this is a little bit deeper than we just want to make sure this man's milk is pasteurized properly. It has nothing to do with that. Let's face it. The government is not concerned with your health and safety. They're not. They can say whatever they want. This goes down to money and control. And that's the two things that it always comes back around. Follow that money trail. Follow who's in charge. There's a reason for this. These people want to make an example of this farmer. And if they can go after him, they can come after you. So if you really think you're exempt from this stuff, you're absolutely crazy. So something to think about. I'd like for everybody to take the time and go and look into this case with this guy. I understand people are, oh, he needs to be properly licensed. Why do any of us, why do I need permission from the government to milk a cow and sell that milk to the guy down the street? Why? The government doesn't pay for the feed for that. In fact, if anything, they tax them. They tax them on the feed. They tax them on the property that those cows are raised on. They tax them the gas that has to take that cow to market if they need to go. If he buys that cow somewhere else, they charge him the gas to bring that thing home. It's never ending. What are we actually doing at this point? We're paying for our own destruction. We're not. This isn't. We're not paying our taxes to make our country better. We're actually paying our taxes to make other countries better and fatten up the wallets of our politicians. Make no mistake about it. So, but I do urge you to go check this out. I wish I had the link, but I believe they've set up it's not a GoFundMe, but it's similar to that. And I'm sure if you search for it, I can't remember. The name escapes me. But they are doing like a fundraiser for this guy to help with his legal bills, because his legal bills are into the hundreds of thousands of dollars at this point. And which is the point. There's no solution to this. The solution is they're gonna put this guy out of business. That's their goal. Their goal isn't to make him better. They want to put him out of business, because once they get him out of business, they can start going across the board and put the rest of them out of business. And once you do that, you're taking away people's choices of where they can get the things that they want. So now guess where they got to go? Walmart, Amazon, Costco, all these big chains. Once again, follow the money, see who's investing in these places, and I guarantee it's not the small Amish farmer in Birmingham, Pennsylvania. It's the same reason that a politician goes in at $120,000 salary, and 8 years, 4 years, 6 years later comes out a multi-millionaire. The math doesn't work out. But anyway. Once again, I'm off course, but if you can go and explore that, I'm definitely going to look into this. Even if it's a small donation to help this guy out, any little bit will help this guy. And because you're not just helping him, you're actually helping yourself. You're helping do what you can to preserve your freedoms and to preserve the freedoms of others down the road. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Like I said, get prepared, man. Just do what you can. Keep an eye on things, because the world's just getting crazier and crazier. And as we get closer to this election, I think it's going to just be, we're going to be living in in a country that we just don't recognize anymore, which I don't even at this point, I don't think we recognize this country. It's really not, our founding fathers are rolling over in their graves right now. So anyway, I'd like to say have a good weekend, and I will see you on the next one. A couple other ones I want to talk about, so I may be posting another one here very soon. So anyway, have a good weekend. God bless, and I will see you on the next one.